the winning side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride? Never tired. You will never know. You ain't never tried. Work it out. Hit the gym, hit the field, hit the win. Hey, yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good. We don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street. Case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Grape colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I didn't grab the few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze. Freeze. Stop you in your tracks. There's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up.
Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the Queen City of Cincinnati and Paul Brown Stadium right on the banks of the Ohio River. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Come on, set. 18 Gators.
Watch the run.
61, matchbox lights. Hey. Shoot.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
General West. Hey, Echo.
Get wrong.
Five.
2nd and 5. Open man is Ross, complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, if there is a certainty in this game, we know that wherever he goes, he's going to draw a big-time crowd.
Throws into double coverage there, and look, that's something that he's going to have to deal with a lot in this game, I'm sure.
Yeah, they were lucky to get away with that one where it just fell incomplete, but they're going to count on him to uncover latent routes and make some difficult catches.
So line of scrimmage, still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Hey, Haywood.
2nd and 10. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. It's a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Hey, exit.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's got his man, Boyd. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40.
Hey! Ready?
They'll try the right side here. Barkley. There to stop him, Terrell Edmonds. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Let's get off the field.
They'll drop to throw. Man open, that's Robert Foster complete. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
8-3.
Go, go, go. Watch twist.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Hey, check 24, check 24. SOS.
Let's go.
A first down carry for Barkley. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And it's caught. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on his first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each.
And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Saquon Barkley, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive. Gonzalez able to tackle on the PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. They'll run with the NC State man. It's Jalen Samuels. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw is King, operating from the gun. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And this one will be brought back to the 22. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
Flush to his right. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive.
Check hot route. Hot, hot. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Hit it.
They'll run on first down. Barkley. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Here's a 2nd and 7. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack.
It's now 3rd down.
Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Here we go. Set. 60 Pittsburgh. Topper. Snap.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-0 as they come up 1st and 10. He'll have a first down past the 40. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Raheem Mostert, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point put through by Boswell, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Don't get nervous. Ready?
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got his man. It's Eifert. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
5.
26 Mike. 26 Mike. Me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you.
Get it.
2nd and 2. Got a man open. It's Ross. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Going deep downfield for Ross. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He gets this one to Boyd. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
That's another Bengals first down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
This quarterback now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. A give to Barkley out of the gun, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
6-6, pull it high.
2nd and 9 now. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The Bengals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
61, matchbox lights. Go, go.
They'll set up a throw. Open man is Uzomah. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 15-yard line.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. He completes it to Boyd. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
10 Lobo. Tyler, 64, weak.
Safety's creeping. Switch.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Now back to throw. Looking for Boyd, and he's got him. Touchdown, Bengals. Tyler Boyd, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. From the gun, King forced out to his left. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Back to throw, King. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 17-yard line. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Vance McDonald, his third touchdown now on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
132 fighter.
Crunch. Check.
Look, squeeze. Get it.
2nd and 4. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Hey, Jet.
Out of the gun now on third down. He'll let it go deep for Foster. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. On fourth down, Matt Hawk is on to punt. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give him full authority.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now King from the gun, he'll throw. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
They'll look to throw. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Well, holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half, those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time, because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. The 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
Complete. It's Johnson. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
Here we go. Third base. Here's your football. Rush in. Rush in. Rush in.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. Now, definitely be a disappointment to come out of this starting position with just 3 points. They need to try to dial something up now, 3rd and 10. They'll run with Samuels. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. This is fielded at the goal line.
As some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Check 37. Under 10. Under 10.
Leo.
Alert 3. Shoot.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Flushed out right. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
2nd and 9 now from the 21.
We got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Here's King, operating from the gun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
All day, every day.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Pulled in at the 24. Great blocking, nearly sprung in there. 28-yard return. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position.
On the double.
26 months.
Look at me. Zipper. Let's go. Go.
26 months. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.
Yo. Go. Go. 5.
They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them. Melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
No. Off. Check 3. Kill.
80 weapons. Hit it.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
60-or.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
He's coming. Double up.
X3. 218. Chop it. Hey, Echo.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Here we go, D. Here I come, here I come. Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat.
Be driven.
Back to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Uzomah. A good pickup there of 22. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Hey. Now.
Back to throw now on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
26 Mike.
Hey. 6-6. Pull it high.
Check 6 guys. Deuce. 26 Mike.
Hey, exit.
The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. And once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Hey, seam 6. Ready?
They'll look to throw. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Don't be scared of it. Watch twist. Safe. Slam.
Get it.
Saquon Barkley running right. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
But a spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the second score there. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence.
And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And that makes this a 9-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, King, and an alley to run. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Looking to throw, King, and it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. King now. Off the play fake. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jordan Evans, his 2nd sack of the night.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side, and that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. King throwing on 4th down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jordan Evans and the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position.
Ready up. 26 months. You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
On 1st down, Barkley. They'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. A Bengal 1st down on the 16-yard pickup there. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the 1st half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Now Saquon Barkley. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
The gain of 5 that time gives them the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
Check 13. Check 13. Recon, 132 fighter.
And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. A toss out to Barkley. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll run with Barkley. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through, and they closed them out with a
feel like